And it is my great pleasure now to introduce our third and final speaker, Liz Truss, the Secretary of State for International Trade.
Conference. What an opportunity we have ahead of us. Striking the first trade deals for 45 years, making the case for free enterprise and free trade across the world, promoting the best that our country has to offer. Britain will become the ideas factory of the world, looking outwards, a truly global Britain. Of course, I started auditioning for this role some time ago. In 2014, I made a little speech about cheese exports and pork markets. Because I have always believed there are great opportunities for Britain around the world. Now I'm here at the Department of International Trade, in the driving seat, able to build on the fantastic work of Liam Fox, and of course with my two wingmen, Conor Burns and Graham Stewart. Getting Brexit done means that we can fast forward towards the future. It means that we can unleash the potential of every corner of the United Kingdom. Our ports will be reimagined and reinvented. They will transport more goods and services than ever before. And we will bring free ports to high potential towns and cities across the UK. Our free ports will do for trade what financial services did for Canary Wharf. They will mean more opportunities, more freedom, and more enterprise. We'll see ports like Liverpool benefit, but not just them. There will be businesses like Boohoo.com, the fashion retailer here in Manchester, logistics and technology companies providing much better customs services. Because Brexit is a huge opportunity for us to set our own path and make our own decisions, becoming a more creative and more exciting economy. Conference, we have so much to gain from a fast-paced, unpredictable, dynamic world. And not just with our old friends and family like Australia, America, Japan, and New Zealand, but new friends too, the rising nations of South America and Southeast Asia. We've got an opportunity to drive prosperity together. Now, there are some people who fear change. They fear competition. They think the solution is to protect ourselves from the future. I believe that this is the wrong approach. Britain will be on the side of the competitive freedom fighters, not the protectionists. And that is why, in striking new free trade deals, I am prioritizing free market democracies, countries who share our values and can help set global standards. We're not talking here about EU-style regulatory harmonization, a one-size-fits-all approach, but mutual recognition of other countries with high standards. Now, of course, the Labour Party hate the idea of making these closer relationships with our allies. First of all, they don't want a British trade policy at all. They want the EU making our trade decisions without us even being at the table. They want to surrender on trade just like they want to surrender on everything else. But when they had the opportunity, Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell refused to vote for EU trade deals with Japan and Canada. So exactly who would they like to trade with? Well, the answer is the only deal that the hard left have ever supported was a deal with Venezuela. Yes, when he was Mayor of London, Ken Livingstone signed a deal with Hugo Chavez, the man who brought down the economy of Venezuela, so powerfully described by Alok. But I think, conference, that Labour have misunderstood the British people. We want to ally with like-minded countries that believe in freedom, not collude with terrorists. We want deals with decent democracies, not dodgy despots. And we don't like being told what to do. We know that, in particular, young people in Britain see the opportunity of a freer, more flexible global Britain. Younger people are more likely to believe in lower taxes than older generations. They're more likely to set up their own businesses than older generations. They've grown up with the easy sharing of information and experiences across the globe. They are global Britons. And what trade deals will do is they'll provide Britain's young people with new opportunities. Young entrepreneurs who set up high-tech startups. We're in the top 3 for billion-dollar companies, billion-dollar tech companies like Deliveroo and Revolut. London has just overtaken New York in terms of the number of deals in fintech. And in the future, we can rival Silicon Valley. Trade deals could mean that British cheese producers like Wensleydale and Davistow will see their tariffs reduced and eliminated. Currently, they have more than 10% tariffs going into the US markets. Welsh farmers could be selling their lamb into the United States, which they currently can't do at the moment. Our vision for trade deals is all about empowering people to make their own decisions and getting better access to the global market. But it won't just help overseas, it will also help at home, because it will help us become a more competitive and a more confident country, a low-tax, flexible, entrepreneurial leader in the world. With all of our great cities and regions part of this effort, we're going to level up our education, our infrastructure, our technology, and we're going to ensure that everyone in the UK can be part of these fantastic opportunities. I've just flown around the world meeting our key allies. I've spent more time in an aircraft cabin than John Bercow spends looking in the mirror. But ladies and gentlemen, the message wherever I go in the world is always the same. They want Britain's voice at the table of the WTO speaking in favour of free trade. They want to work with our creative, talented people. They want better links with our great industries. They believe in Britain. And conference, isn't it time we believed in Britain too? The fact is, there are too many people in this country who think that our best days are behind us, that somehow that we cannot make it as the 5th largest economy alone in the world. They are wrong, and the British people know they're wrong. They know this is the best country in the world, and they aren't afraid of the new opportunities that Brexit will bring. We can be the biggest economy in Europe. We can be the freest nation on earth. I've just been around the world talking about the opportunities here in Britain. That's my job as Trade Secretary, selling Britain. And believe me, people are buying.